So if you're in the market for a WRX CVT or you've already bought one, you've probably come across comments like these. Now thankfully enough of us have bought the WRX CVT to be able to respond like this. So there's a whole segment of people out there who think that putting a CVT in a WRX kind of perverts the car. It's not a WRX anymore, it's not pure anymore. And you know, to each their own, but I'm here to tell you that that's not the case at all. Right? The WRX is still a WRX with a CVT, and in my opinion, it's better than the regular WRX in many respects. This video, I'm going to cover my own personal thoughts on the WRX CVT, and specifically who should buy one and who shouldn't buy one. Who's it for? Who would benefit from the CVT rather than the 6-speed manual, and who would benefit from the 6-speed manual rather than the CVT. I've had the car long enough to kind of be able to judge that. And I've already done a more substantive review of the WRX and an interior review and some other audio sound system videos. So check those out if you're interested. This is kind of just my thoughts on the WRX, because you will undoubtedly hear people just kind of bashing the car, the fact that it has a CVT, and it gets tiring. It's stupid. It's not a big deal at all. You know, trolls will be trolls, but just to help people that are on the fence and who really want to know the truth behind the CVT, that's why I'm making this video. First of all, who is the CVT for? If you're in the same boat as I was when I bought the car, you may have to share the car with one or more people who are unwilling or unable to drive a manual. Now, I have to share the car with my wife, I have to share it with my daughter, right? Neither of them want to drive a manual. They have no desire to. That's fine, to each their own, right? They have no desire to drive a manual, and I have to be an adult and I have to share the car. That's just the bottom line. They have to use it every now and then. That was the deal. So to me, it was sort of like a compromise, a very pleasant compromise, because in my research before buying the CVT and after test driving it and buying it, I quickly discovered that the car was great all on its own. You know, I wasn't really settling for anything. The car was just an awesome car, period. And the reason why is because the cons of the CVT do not outweigh the pros. Another segment of people who would really benefit from the CVT would be people who live in really heavily congested areas. I do, right? So I have to deal with heavy traffic all the time. So in the morning when I go to work, it might be half an hour to 45 minutes to an hour later that I get to work. Depending on what time I leave work, it might be even worse. Rush hour traffic, and that's just rush hour traffic. That's not counting on accidents, counting on bridge closings, counting on tunnel issues, and all those things are around the area where I live. And I used to have a Spec V, and every time I would hit traffic, I would absolutely hated the car, because I would shift a million times before getting home. I would be tired when I got home. It's not enjoyable. The bottom line, it was not an enjoyable situation, and the times that I would go spirited driving with a car versus the times where I was be stuck in traffic, it didn't add up to me, right? So the pros did not, you know, outweigh the cons in that situation. And the CVT is completely different, because the CVT allows me to kind of just relax going on the way to work, and also have a beast of a car whenever I feel like it, because the car has 4 drive modes. So you're basically getting 4 cars in one. It has intelligent mode, sports mode, it has sports sharp mode, it has manual mode. Now, if you're stuck in traffic, or like my wife drives it in intelligent mode all the time, and you kind of want the smoothest ride possible, you use intelligent mode. But if you're in a sporty mood, you know, and you want to kind of push the car a little bit, you would use sports mode. And if you want a more traditional sporty feel of the car, and a more traditional feel to the shifting of the transmission, you can put it in sports sharp mode, and you'll get the simulated, you know, shift points. Power wise, the CVT versus the manual is only maybe 0.4 to 0.5 seconds, right? Maybe half a second faster than the 6-speed manual is over the CVT. That's with a perfect driver. So, and it does not require much skill to push the CVT to its limit at all. So, you know, performance-wise, the CVT to me is a complete toss-up, and it's great. It's a really quick car. If you live in an area that has, you know, bad winter weather, especially, obviously, and you want to have a year-round commuter car that would perform great in the winter, the WRX CVT is a no-brainer in that case, because Subaru builds the all-wheel drive cars, you know, with that. They build their cars around the all-wheel drive system rather than other car manufacturers that's the opposite. So, you know, you're getting a car that's tried and true and proven to perform great. The all-wheel drive system is amazing. The Boxer engine is amazing. So you're getting a good car all around. So for the price of the car and for what you're going to be using it for, it's just awesome. So those are basically, in a nutshell, the people who would benefit the most with a CVT. Now, if you just want a CVT, say if you just want to drive a sports car and you don't want to deal with shifting, that's entirely up to you. It's your damn money, right? Nobody's gonna pay the car payment but you. So, you know, to each their own. Do what you want to do. Do not let these people discourage you into thinking that it's somehow less manly to get a CVT than it is to get a 6-speed manual. Those people have serious inferiority issues. I wouldn't worry about that. So, but there is a segment of people who shouldn't get a CVT. So, if you are going to buy the car and your intention is to heavily mod the car, the CVT is not a good choice. The reason I say that is because the CVT's only been out for a few years, right? And the modding world has not caught up to it yet. So there's not a concrete set of mods that you can do to the CVT that would take it to the next level, to the next level, to the next level, and just provide you safe increments of performance from one mod to the next. There are some mods, of course, but it's not like the 6-speed manual that's been around forever and that's got a million mods to it that you can do that are safe. If you blow the transmission in the CVT, you're gonna be out like $10,000 or something like that. I don't know the exact number, but I know they're expensive. Way more expensive than if you blow a clutch or something. So if your plan and your intention is to mod the car, I would either wait or I would get the WRX 6-speed manual version instead, because it's going to provide you infinitely more opportunities for modding, and it's just going to be more fun anyhow in that respect. So those people, those purists, and those people that are going to mod the car should definitely get the 6-speed manual. Another set of people that should get the 6-speed manual is people that are going to take the car to the track. If you're going to be taking the car to the track or do a lot of spirited driving, you probably have more fun with the 6-speed manual. Again, it's not like the CVT wouldn't provide you fun also, but the 6-speed manual will probably be a little bit more fun in that regard. You have more control of the car, so it'll probably be a better option for those people who want to do track. Purists that are into the scene, I know there's a lot of people that drive the WRXs who are, so you're probably better off getting, again, a 6-speed manual than a CVT. The CVT has its place. It has its people that it attracts, and I'm glad Subaru went with, it gave us the option, because honestly right now I probably would not have a WRX if they didn't have the automatic option. Not because I don't like it 6-speed manual or I can't drive 6-speed manual. I can. I actually, to be honest, prefer it. But my circumstances right now do not allow me to get that car. Now in the future, maybe in a couple years, when my daughter is out of the house and my wife gets her own car, I'm probably going to trade the CVT in for an STI or something like that. That's probably going to happen. But I'm not going to be disingenuous right now and knock the CVT when it's an awesome car. It really is. It has its place. It's a fun car to drive. It's a great way to get from point A to point B. And every time I get in it and drive it, I love it. Every time I get in it and go to work, I'm enjoying the drive. And I hit traffic, great. I sit back, I listen to audiobook, or I listen to music, or I listen to YouTube videos. I do whatever I want to do peacefully without having to worry about it. And I still have a lot of the benefits of the 6-speed manual like paddle shifters, like the ability to use engine braking, not to the same extent as a 6-speed manual. I kind of go over that in a different video, but it's there because the paddle shifters are on all the time, no matter which drive mode you're in. So you can always tap, the left paddle shifter and put the transmission in a different ratio that will boost up your RPMs and allow you to use the engine for braking. So you still have that possibility too. So to me, the pros of the CVT outweigh the cons. And once I got in it, I fell in love, and I don't regret it, not one bit. Now I am going to give you a tip. If you are really interested in this car and you want to go test drive one, I'll give you, the best thing I can tell you to do is to absolutely test drive the car in all 4 modes. Put the car in every mode and go, a mile or whatever it is in that mode, just to see what it's like to handle, how it handles. Be heavy on the gas a couple times, just to see if that's something you like. Definitely take the car city driving and highway driving too, to see if the road noise is something that you could live with, because it does have a little bit of road noise, and you can fix that after you buy the car. But if you're not the type to go in and tear everything up to install soundproofing, that might be something that turns you off. And definitely, and I didn't do this and I wish I had, definitely test the radio and see if it's good enough for you. I did not do that, and I regretted it very shortly after having the car, because the bass stereo sound system is just terrible. And there is a kicker option that you can get from the factory, or if you want to get and pay the money for their Harman Kardon package. So those are options, but the point is, I'm not endorsing any of those options. What I am telling you to do is to listen to the sound system and see if it's something that you like. Is don't be like me and then bring the car home and then realize that, holy crap, this shit sucks, and then you have to scramble to fix the sound after you get the car home. So that's it. This video was just to kind of give people a warm and fuzzy, because I'm starting to see more and more trolls come out and knocking the CVT or whatnot, and I've had people come up to, and it's all in good fun. I know that I don't take any of this that seriously, but still, I don't want people to get discouraged thinking that they're not getting a WRX. You're getting a WRX. This car's awesome. Okay, so let nobody tell you otherwise. It's an awesome car. It's really fun to drive, and you're getting 4 cars for the price of 1. So you can't go wrong with that. So like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do, and thanks for watching.